Hello! I didn't expect to be breaking my YouTube hiatus with this type of video, but I felt like this warranted a video. So this video is to describe one of the toxic interactions I had with a shady eBay seller and just outlined which areas were actually pretty toxic and even borderline offensive and borderline racist. And I wanted this to be a sort of a PSA for anyone else that is planning on doing business with this business in the future. So in the earlier part of this month, August 2020, I ordered a used Macbook motherboard from an eBay seller, the business in question. Now, I have ordered MacBook motherboards on eBay in the past for my clients, and a lot of the times it works perfectly fine and there are no issues. And sometimes the board has an issue, such as being defective or arriving damaged, and those are properly disputed, and I have won all of them. In this case, I ordered a 2015 MacBook Pro 13-inch Retina motherboard for one of my clients. And when it arrived, just at a brief glance, it looked perfectly fine. I installed it on my client's computer and it actually booted up. I saw it powering on, but there were issues. For example, whenever I would turn on the MacBook, the main issue was that even though the Apple logo and the loading bar appeared as I expected it to, the main issue was the loading bar would never load fully, so it would actually never progress into booting into an operating system. Now this happened with my customer's SSD, which I've already tested on another device, so I've worked. This also happened with my tester SSD, same thing. And also, what this problem would also occur when I used my USB installation disk for the Mac operating system. And funny enough, it actually happened when I tried to get into recovery mode by going to Command R. It would just be the never-ending loading screen. So obviously there was a problem. I contacted the seller regarding these issues, and the first thing he did was deny any responsibility, say that that doesn't sound like a motherboard issue, it's not his problem, and that returns were not accepted. And upon hearing that, I took a look at the motherboard in more detail, because I also do component level motherboard repair as well, so I have tools that will let me look at the nitty-gritty, like the small areas of the motherboard. And it was obvious when I took a look at it under my microscope that it has been previously repaired, has been worked on. And the reason why and the evidence is clear. As someone who also does component level motherboard repair, for the process of removing and replacing certain damaged components from the motherboard involves using something called flux, which is a clearish yellow type of sticky substance that when heated will help solder flow better, which will aid in removing and replacing components on the motherboard. Now, heat is applied to this flux. The flux will actually darken and it'll blacken, kind of like you'll see the flux burning a little bit. And that is normal for motherboard repair. But once the repair is finished, the proper way is to clean off the flux residue with something like an ultrasonic cleaner and flux dissolving solution. Now, when I took a look at the motherboard, I noticed that the burnt flux was still there, and there were clear signs that several components have been replaced. I have no problem with a motherboard that has been repaired correctly, as long as it has no issues for my customers. That's completely fine. And to be honest, when I order a motherboard from eBay, that's what I expect. I expect customers, I expect businesses that do component level repair to have fixed motherboards and sell them. Something that I've seen in the past. I bought motherboards like those before that worked very well, but this was a case where it seemed the repair was not complete. Now, upon sending these pictures I took from my microscope to the seller still denied any repair has been done, which is crazy because I see the flux. I see the components that should have been perfectly straight if it came from the factory, and I've seen these components, they're actually on a bit of an angle, which is fine, but it shows that they were touched by human hands. And this outright denial was so extremely funny in a way, that how can you deny something that I'm seeing right in front of my face? Now, so I actually Googled the business location, and actually it looks like it's an actual business. It actually looks like, you know, they have they have Google reviews, they have Yelp reviews, they have a website, they have a phone number. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to call them. I wanted to say, hey, I'm just not a random person on eBay. I am another business. Let's work together and let's sort this out together. And even if there's something wrong with the motherboard, maybe we can work together to fix this, to get rid of this problem. So I called around 2 times and I left voicemails, and I have not received a call back. And my voicemails, as you will hear, is very conciliatory. It's not. I'm not angry. I'm not screaming. I'm not like I'm not calling him names. I'm like, hey, let's work together, and let's figure this out. If you can call me back, that'll be great. So I'm gonna play that for you right now.
Thank you for calling PCExpertServices. Please leave your name, phone number, and your message, and we'll get back to you as soon as we can. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Phil. I'm calling due to a defective Macbook motherboard that I ordered from you guys on eBay in the beginning of August. I am calling from South Korea, and my phone number is with the country code 8210. I'm calling about MacBook motherboard that I ordered on eBay from you guys the beginning of August, and I'm having some issues. So if you can get back to me so we can try to sort this out, I'll be very grateful. Thank you.
Please leave your message, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you.
At the tone, please record your message. When you've finished recording, you may hang up or press 1 for more options.
Hello, my name is Phil. I left a voicemail for your other phone number. I'm calling about an Apple MacBook Pro motherboard I ordered from you from eBay earlier this month, and I'm having issues with. If you can call me back, and so we can try to get this issue fixed, I would appreciate it. My phone number with my South Korean country code is 81. Thank you. So I left these voicemails during the times where this seller would have his normal business operation. So in my my time zone, in South Korean time zone, it was around like somewhere between like 4 to 5 in the morning, which should have been like the early afternoon, which in their business page is clearly hours of operation. Now it just seemed like the seller was ignoring my calls and my messages, so I did what I want. So what I did next was I actually went to his Google Maps page and I left a negative review. And the review said, pretty much summarized what I'm saying here. I ordered a motherboard, it was defective, the seller was not honest with the condition, and is creating a really difficult environment for me to process a return or a refund. And I also included pictures of my evidence showing components that were obviously touched by hand because they were off in an angle. What surprised me next was something I've never really experienced before. So I actually got this business owner's reply. So this is I'm not sure if this is considered racist or discriminatory, but I'll show it to you viewers here and you guys can be the judge. So I'm reading the response from the owner. Quote, after buying and damaging a fully functional 100% working tested logic board, they reporting us from South Korea. This person is a scam artist from South Korea and has been very insulting and bad-mouthing other buyers to get their money back. Very disappointing that buyers from South Korea have no respect for business market and try to scam sellers in USA for their money. Exclamation mark, exclamation mark. Man, I feel this is kind of discriminatory. It shows like it's like a racial statement saying everyone that orders items from South Korea are scammers or dishonest. Hey, I'm just an honest business person trying to provide the best for my customers, and when I order replacement parts from eBay, even if it's eBay, I still expect parts that work. And sometimes, because of human error, if parts do not work, I do expect the seller to acknowledge and recompensate for the amount of money that I have spent. Is it too much to ask? So this was not the end now. So I went to bed because it was 6 in the morning at this point, and I woke up to see that someone left a review on my Google business page, probably cross-referencing the shipping address used to ship the MacBook in the first place, or maybe cross-referencing my phone number that I left in his voicemail. It's not hard. So this is the review that I was left because this seller sold me a defective product. Quote, "One of the worst businesses you can think of is this business. The owner is scam artist. He buys logic boards from eBay and damages and wants to get his money back and tricks the eBay system to get his money back. Beware, the owner, Philip C., is very unprofessional and insulting and does not know how to run a business honestly." Wow. So apparently my business model is to buy motherboards from eBay, purposely damaging them so they can't be used, and filing a claim with eBay to get my money back. Wait, isn't the part of a business making money? So where is the part of this process where I make a profit? Doesn't really make sense. Keep in mind, my whole purpose, my whole motivation was actually return this motherboard, which I was willing to ship back to get my money back. It's not like I wanted to keep this defective motherboard, but it has no use for me. So I just saw this was completely hilarious, and obviously I responded with the same to show my potential customers who this nut job is and what he's trying to do. And so I also replied with basically the same story about how this guy sold me a defective motherboard, is not owning up to it, yada yada. So this is just a dishonest seller, and I just want to warn potential buyers, especially in the IT industry that buys replacement parts from eBay. Just beware of this seller, PCExpertServices, and if you see the seller with this name, avoid at all costs, or you might run into the same drama as I have. Now, in the next few days, that's when I'm able to escalate this claim to eBay, and I have full confidence that I will win because it's a very clear-cut case. I ordered a component, it was defective, I sent pictures of it being defective, and the seller has denied it. So I believe I have all the evidence on my hands. The seller never sent me any evidence on the contrary. So this is definitely a clear-cut case, and I just wanted this video to be a PSA to tell you guys to beware of this seller, because this attitude and this racial discrimination is not someone that you want to give business to. Hopefully I'm able to upload more videos in the future, but with more relevant topics for my job rather than calling someone out for their racist, toxic behavior and just dishonesty. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you have a great day. If you've been watching up to this point, thank you so much. If you are someone living in South Korea that is looking for computer services, whether it's sales or repair, feel free to contact me for a free consultation, and I'll be more than happy to provide that service to you. Thank you for watching.